Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hi everyone. My today's video about tenses in English. So obviously I am going to start from the very first tense, present indefinite tense, and the second tense of present series, present continuous tense. Actually I am going to cover both of these tenses in a single video today. So let's get started. Let's move towards a laptop screen. So let's start. Present indefinite tense and present continuous are progressive tense. In the first phase of this video, I will talk about present indefinite tense, and in the last phase of this video, I will discuss something about present continuous or progressive tense. So I am going to start from present indefinite tense. First of all, introduction. The simple present is also called present simple or present tense. We use it to talk about present actions and events that take place repeatedly or one after the other, facts and future actions that are determined by a timetable or schedule. It is one of the most commonly used tenses in the English language. So when we use the present tense, we use the present tense to express a habitual or routine action as I get up early in the morning. I take tea daily. They travel to Islamabad every weekend. They play cricket in the evening. We use this tense to express facts as our Prime Minister lives in PM house. He never tells a lie. We come from Karachi. They belong to rural areas. We use this tense to express truths as fortune favors the brave, sugar is sweet, the sun rises in the east, earth revolves around the sun. So now we will look at the formulation of present tense sentences. First of all, we will look at the form of verb. So the first or base form is used in this tense. We add s or es to the first form of the verb where subject in the sentence is he, she, it or singular proper noun. Some important things to remember here. The very first one, for verbs that end in o, ch, sh, double s, x, rz, we add es to the form of verb. For example, watch, watches, catch, catches, wash, washes, fix, fixes. The second thing to remember, for verbs that end in a consonant plus y, first we remove the y and add ies. For example, study, here we will remove Y and we will add IES, studies. Same is the case with carry, carries, worry, worries. Note, for verbs that end in a vowel plus Y, we just add S. For example, play, plays, enjoy, enjoys, say, says. So now let's move toward helping verbs of this tense. The helping verbs of present indefinite tense are do and does. And these helping verbs are only used at the time of making negative and interrogative sentences. We use do with I, we, you, they, and with all plural. We use does with he, she, it, and with singular proper nouns. So now we will try to understand the structure of the different types of sentences of this tense. And I am starting from the positive sentences or statements. So this how we will translate subject, verb, object. If the subject of a sentence is I, you, we, or they, we will use the first form without S or ES. They watch television. And if the subject is he, she, or it, for example, she speaks or learns English, definitely we will add with he, she, it, or proper noun, we will add S or ES to the first form of the verb here. Look at this sentence, she enjoys music. Some other examples of positive sentences are here. You obey your parents. Hussein speaks Italian. Jackal holds in the evening. She cooks food. They play cards. She studies English at home. Now, the next type of the sentences here is negative sentences or statements. So the structure of negative sentences, first of all, there will be subject, then helping verb plus not, then verb, then object. So earlier I told you the helping verb of present indefinite tense are not used in the positive sentences. We only use these helping verbs in negative sentences and interrogative sentences. So you can look at here, if the subject is I, you, we, they, we use do with not and take T. And if there is he, she, it, we use does with not and then verb and then object. So another important note here, to make a negative sentence in English, we normally use do not or does not with all verbs except modal verbs can, might, should, etc. We use do not when the subject is I, you, we, or they. And when the subject is he, she, it, or proper noun, we add does not between the subject and the verb to make a negative sentence. So more examples of negative sentences with do not and does not. The very first one is you do not obey your parents. Hussein does not speak Italian. We do not like music. She does not take medicine regularly. They do not buy shoes on Eid. She does not like fish. So interrogative sentences are question statements. Last type of sentences in this tense. Here we will place helping verb at the beginning of the sentence. Then there will be subject, then verb, and then object. For example, do you, we, they, or I take medicine? Does he, she, it speak English? So you can clearly look at the difference between do and does, where we will use do and where we will use does. We use do when the subject is I, you, we, or they. And when the subject is he, she, it, or proper noun, we use does at the beginning of the sentence to make a question. We do not use do or does in questions that have modal verbs like can, must, might, should. So some other examples of interrogative sentences with do and does. Do you read newspaper daily? Does she sing a song? Do they play well? Does he warn you? Do I take medicine regularly? So that's the end of present indefinite tense. Now the second phase of video, I'm going to start the present continuous or progressive tense. So introduction. The present progressive verb tense is used often in English to communicate actions that are happening now. This tense is also used to express actions that are in progress or will occur in the near future. So we use the present progressive tense for an action going on at the time of speaking, as she is watching TV at the moment. They are eating their lunch now. We are trying to learn something about present progressive tense. We use present continuous or present progressive tense for a temporary action which is not happening at the time of speaking. For example, I am reading John Keats in these days, but I am not reading at this moment. They are making notes of physics, but not now. He is making plans to do something, but not now. And this tense is used also for an action that is going to take place in the near future. For example, I am going to attend a party tonight. My father is arriving tomorrow. She is leaving for London tonight. So you can clearly see here the action is just going to take place in the near future. So now we will look at the form of verb. First, a base form plus ing is used in this tense, and we add ing to the first form of the verb. Important things to remember: present continuous tense, present participle, I mean the first form plus ing. Spelling rules. What are the spelling rules? Look at these lines carefully. For present continuous tense, the present participle is formed by add ing to the first form of a verb. But some confusion should be clear. Ne at the end of the word is removed, but the double E or OE and YE remain unchanged. For example, come, coming, agree, ending with a double E, and we are not removing, we are just adding the ing, agree, agreeing. The final consonant is doubled in words that have a short stressed vowel before the final consonant. However, W, X and Y are not doubled. For example, sit, sitting, but fix, fixing. Here, X is not going to be doubled. Another important point, an L as the final consonant after a vowel is always doubled in British English but not in American English. For example, travel, traveling. In British English, we will add double L plus ing, and in American, just single L and ing. An IE at the end of the word is replaced by a Y. For example, if there is word lie, and if we add ing at the end of lie, we will remove IE and we will add Y and then ing. So what are the helping verbs of this tense? Is, are, am. Is we used with he, she, it are singular, and are we use with you, we, they, and am is only used with I. So first of all, we will look at the positive affirmative sentences as statements. So what is the structure? First of all, subject, then helping verb, then verb plus ing, and then object. If subject is you, we, they, we will use helping verb are, and then playing, the verb plus ing, and then object. And if the subject is he, she, it, we will use is speaking English. And if there is I, we will use am with I am taking bath. So some examples of positive sentences with is, am, are. You are doing wrong. Hussein is speaking loudly. Here you can see that we are using are with you, and then a singular. We are using is here, and then it is raining outside. Also we are again using is, and she is cooking food, and here is I, and we will use here am. I am going to city, and she is studying at the moment. So let's move toward negative sentences as statement. So what is the structure? Subject, then helping verb plus not, then verb, and then object. You, we, they are not taking tea. He, she, it is not finishing his, her, its work. And lastly, I am listening music. Look at some examples of negative sentences with is not, am not, are not. You are obeying your parents. Hussein is not speaking Italian. we are trying to solve the sums. By mistake of typing, I have not added not here. There will be not here. There will be not here. We are not trying to solve the sums. She does not take. So negative sentences. Look at the structure of negative sentences. First of all, here is subject, then helping verb plus not, then verb, and then object. You, we, they are not taking tea. He, she, it is not finishing his, her, its work. And look at here, I am listening music. Example of negative sentences with is not, am not, are not. You are not obeying your parents. Hussein is not speaking Italian. We are not trying to solve the sums. She is not taking medicine irregularly. They are not buying shoes. She is not taking interest in this matter. So last type of statements, interrogative sentences or question statements. So we will place the helping verb at the beginning of the sentence, then there will be subject, then verb, and then object. For example, are you, we, they taking medicine? Is he, she, it speaking English? Am I taking a right decision? So just look at other examples of interrogative sentences with is, am, are. Are you reading newspapers? Is she singing a song? Are they playing well? Is she suffering from fever? Am I taking medicine regularly?